Did you know that the United States once came terrifyingly close to becoming two separate nations? Not just in theory. It nearly happened in blood, fire, and rebellion. The Civil War is one of the most talked about events in American history, but most people only know the surface level facts. In this video, we're diving deep into the hidden truths, secret decisions, and shocking moments that almost tore the country in half forever. Part 1. The Roots of Conflict. To truly understand the Civil War, we have to go back to the early 1800s. The North and South were developing into two very different societies. The North was rapidly industrializing, while the South relied heavily on agriculture and, more importantly, enslaved labor. These economic differences created political tensions that boiled over time. The Missouri Compromise of 1820 and the Compromise of 1850 were temporary fixes, but they only delayed the inevitable. Every new state added to the Union raised one question: would it allow slavery or not? Then came the Kansas-Nebraska Act of 1854. This law let new territories decide the slavery question for themselves. What followed was a bloody conflict known as Bleeding Kansas, where pro-slavery and anti-slavery settlers fought violently. This was the beginning of the storm. Part 2. A Nation Divided. In 1860, Abraham Lincoln was elected president. Though he promised not to interfere with slavery where it already existed, the southern states didn't trust him. They feared that his presidency marked the end of slavery and their way of life. Starting with South Carolina, 11 states eventually seceded from the Union and formed the Confederate States of America. They believed they were defending their rights, economy, and sovereignty. But Lincoln viewed secession as rebellion. In his eyes, the Union must be preserved at all costs. On April 12, 1861, Confederate forces fired on Fort Sumter in South Carolina. The Civil War had officially begun. The country was now at war with itself. Part 3. The Tipping Points. The Civil War wasn't just fought on the battlefield. It was also a war of resources, morale, and international diplomacy. The Confederacy hoped to gain recognition from Britain and France by leveraging their cotton exports, but this support never came. The Union, meanwhile, implemented the Anaconda Plan, a strategy to suffocate the South economically by blockading ports and controlling the Mississippi River. Battles like Antietam and Gettysburg turned the tide. At Gettysburg, over 50,000 men were killed or wounded in just 3 days. It was the bloodiest battle on American soil. But the real shift came when Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation in 1863. This made the war not just about preserving the Union, but about ending slavery. It gave the North moral high ground and discouraged European powers from supporting the Confederacy.